Happy day, Lifepro. It is Amber here with your workout of the day. We are going to be doing a stretch and flex using the Waiver, which is our top seller. If you don't have the Waiver, just use whatever you got at home. In fact, if you don't even have a vibration plate, you don't have to have one in order to go along with this series of exercises. If you do have a vibration plate of some sort, just choose a program that works most comfortable for you. This is going to be about balance, about getting loose, stretching out and elongating our connective tissues, our muscles, and kind of freeing stiffness out of our joints so that we can give our fascia the freedom that it needs in order to be able to transfer energy and just make us feel absolutely unstoppable, wonderful. For this workout or for this series of exercises this morning, or whatever time of day that you might be joining in on us, if you can grab yourself a towel, you can use a hand towel. This is just a yoga towel, but I'm going to show you a series of exercises in which we are going to be loosening up the body by using a towel to create tension with motion so that we can stretch other parts of our body at the same time. So if you can get yourself a hand towel, if you happen to have one of the hip circles that I've shown in videos of years past, feel free to grab one of those. If you don't, it's okay. You don't need one. It's just kind of a bonus to have on hand. And then if you have your mini loop resistance bands, depending on which color you might have with which plate, I want you to stick to this more to light today, because today is not about getting strong. Today is about getting our tissues looser, more lubricated, changing how much motion or mobility we have in our joints so that we don't feel the stiffness or rigidity or pain with just getting up and getting going. So this is just truly, it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. This is just getting you up, getting you moving, stretching, opening out the joints that are known for causing extra pain. We're going to do a series of exercises on the vibration plate. We'll do two 10-minute, mine's 15 minutes segments. So if you have a vibration plate that just has 10-minute settings and you want to continue on, as soon as your program is up on whatever program you choose, just reset your preset program, because it doesn't matter what level of intensity you're choosing or which program you're choosing or what speed. Make sure if you have access to oscillation, we want oscillation, so I'm using the Waiver. And we just want to create vibration through our feet and through the rest of our body, because it is a stimulant for our body to reshape itself, to lubricate those tissues. So I don't care about what the frequency or what hertz or whatever you want to, however you want to look into that, because I know that there's a lot of different terms that are floating around if you're new to this. Just pick a program. If you are not good at balance and you're really feeling sore, you're just getting started, choose a lower preset program, and you'll know how to choose your preset program on your device on the Waiver. You're going to choose the P. The P button is in the very middle of it. You're going to push that P button and it will say a P0, P1, P2, P3. That is already a set of speeds and programs already set in there, so you don't have to think. A lot of you don't know that there are preset programs in your vibration plates, and you're just turning on speed and just hoping to go for the ride. The more variety that your body has, the more fluctuation in speed, the more your body has to adapt, adjust, and neuroplasticity goes up. So we want to create as much stimulus as we can. I will be going barefoot, because barefoot is always better if you have a good base of support and your feet don't hurt by just being barefoot. But 80% of our nerve cells that provide our brain with where we're at in space and our reaction timing, balance, and coordination are on the skin, on the bottom of your feet, and on the palms of your hands. So the more that you have direct access to the surface of vibration through the feet or through the hands, the more the entire system as a global entity, so your entire system versus just your feet. If you're suffering from neuropathy, definitely barefoot is the way to go if you can tolerate. We don't want you to have pain in order to feel fresh and feel loosey-goosey. So just whichever bands you have that came with your device, for the these lighter colors, just look for light on the end of your band. So for mine, the originals, it's yellow, and for the newer ones, it's more of a green color. You're going to use those, and then I've got some free weights. You can use soup cans, or you can use canned foods, or you don't have to use weight at all. But these are adjustable weights. I'm going to be doing 2.5 to 5 pounds at a time, no more than 5 pounds. No more than 5 pounds for this, because again, we're not trying to get strong. We're just trying to open things up so that we feel all loosey-goosey and fluid. And if you're just now joining in, and if you're wanting to see this later, this is going to be uploaded to YouTube, so you'll always have access to it. And if you're not already part of the VIP Facebook group, please make sure and head over there and use the order number or provide the name of the product that you own so that you can join access to that, because there's a lot of great information about programs and how to have access to us as the experts in the field, and you know, success stories. It's just a great place to be. So without further ado, we're going to get going. So make sure you have your water, and going to enjoy this. If you have any trouble along the way, again, just modify as needed. Let me get my glare out of here. I got a little bit of a glare going on. There we go. So yeah, but if you're into the holidays like I am, happy holidays to all of you. And again, there's never a perfect time to do these. In fact, if you can do this at least once a day, just to get everything moving and flowing, it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to start on the vibration plate on the Waiver, and then I'm going to take you down to the floor, and I'm going to take you through some exercises on my yoga mat. We're not doing yoga. I'm just taking you through some different exercises in which you can continue to enhance what you're doing on the vibration plate, in order to just take it to another level, but just being, you know, we're going to do it floor-based. So buckle up, and let's open our mind to new changes and life-changing opportunities for, you know, greatness. This is pushing out the end of 2025 and starting fresh with 2026. So it's always more fun with the team. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and pick whatever program you want to use. If you have your bands that are attached to your Waiver, we're going to use those a little bit today. And if you don't have them attached, it's still okay. You'll be able to continue to kind of join along. But again, just make sure that you have that towel handy, and make sure that you got some water handy. All right. So we're just going to start, again, it's just more stretch and flex. So we're going to do a little bit of resistance training, but most of our stuff is just going to be loosening up. Got to get that water in. The colder that our weather system is, this is really important. The colder that you are living, so if your community is highs and lows, lots of snow, then rain, less sunlight, more cold, the viscosity of the fluid in our body goes down, which makes it really hard for our joints to experience lubrication. The more fluid and lubricated we are, the more motion movement we have. Movement is medicine and motion is lotion. So again, as the weather changes, as the season changes, we're on this high-low of, you know, weather change. Those are the days you need this more. So if you're feeling great and you're like, I don't need that today, you're going to need it one of these days when the weather just suddenly changes on you and it's no longer feeling all that great, okay? So let me change my lighting here so that I don't have this big shot. There we go. Now we got it. Okay. So just go ahead and step on. And again, this is a 15-minute for the first, and then we're going to do 15-minute for the second, and then I'm going to take you down to the mat for probably about 10 minutes of just finishing strong, feeling good, and truly being able to maximize your day. Or maybe you're using this at the end of your day in order to relax before you go to bed. You can do this at the end of your day. You can do it to jumpstart your day. Our nervous system is always adjusting, adapting, and what have you. So let's just work on, our body loves circles. Our body loves to move in spirals and circles. So I just want you to start with just rolling your shoulders, just rolling back. And if you don't have the ability to do this, I just want you just to think about, just move your shoulders towards, think about putting your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Okay, so when we're doing that, shoulder rolling backward, or just bring the shoulders back, okay? And thinking about these going downward, okay? If you have a history of a frozen shoulder, or if you have a rotator cuff injury. Very few doctors, unless you have had a surgery recently on your rotator cuff, I'm talking in the last 12 weeks. If you've not had shoulder surgery and your shoulder is bothering you, I can assure you, being in the sports medicine business and being an entrepreneur as a medical provider, your shoulder needs you to move it. You're not going to likely hurt it further because it causes more issues in the shoulder. It causes more issues in your neck and in your hips if you are not moving your shoulder in some capacity, whether it hurts or not. You just do what you can do that you feel safe with, but I promise you, in the majority of all of your cases, you're not going to cause more problems in your shoulder if you have not been operated on in the last 12 weeks. So we're going to go backwards. Now we're going to go forwards. Because what we have to do one way, we have to do the other way. It is a 360-degree ball and socket joint, so our shoulder is meant to be super mobile without it being unstable. There's a difference in being stable and being mobile. Okay, now what I want you to focus on now is we are going to round out. We are rounding out the shoulders, truly try and feel a stretch back here, and then we are going to open up, palms up to the sky, where we are. You can see how my pelvis is wanting to go forward, my booty's going back. I want you to try and keep your hips level like it's a bowl of water. You don't want to pour water out of your butt crack, and you don't want to pour water out of your belly button. We want to keep it somewhat level, okay? Keep your water level. But we're going to squeeze back those shoulders, round out going forward, okay? So I'm wanting you to really feel what this is doing on your shoulders, and then we're going to get into how it relates to the rest of you. Now, reach on down and just be soft and comfortable. So what I mean by that is I don't want you to keep, this is not a hinge, I don't want you to keep a flat back. I want you to roll down almost like a slump. Just roll down and let your body receive that energy. If you are somebody that if you roll forward, you're going to fall off the plate because you don't have that kind of balance, all I want you to do is put those hands on your thighs and just round the shoulders, okay? I'm going to turn this different ways so you can watch from the side. So if you are somebody who you are really afraid to go forward because you're going to lose your balance, then just drop into getting on the toilet. Think about sitting back on the toilet, and then just let your shoulders and your head go forward and just relax into this, okay? Now we all have to reach down to put our shoes on. So just reach down a little further as if you're going to put your shoes on or untie your shoes. And then if you have to pull your way back up so that you feel safe, then you do what you feel you need to do. But I just want you to round out and just relax. I want those arms to dangle a little bit. Okay, side to side, forward and backward. Okay, and then we're just going to slowly come back up. And if you can't stand back up that easy, use your hands and push yourself back up, okay? All right, now we also have to work, if we're working our shoulders and our neck area, we also have to work our chest and our ribs. This is, I see this a lot with those who are in pain. They do not have the ability to rotate through their midsection. We should be able to draw, if we have like a Sharpie marker right here in the middle of our chest, we should be able to draw ourselves a circle, or an oval, I should say, not using here down, but here up, okay? So think about all the motion happening above the belly button, okay? And if you have mid-back pain, more than likely not going to cause more problems, most cases. But if you are really stiff through here, this is going to be pulling on here. That's okay, as long as you feel safe going there. I see this every day with people who are in pain. So we are drawing circles, ovals, with our rib cage and with our chest. Just think about your rib cage and your chest doing the work. Everything else is just relaxing. Good, now let's go the other way. Going around and around and around. You're probably going to be really good one way and not so good the other, and that is okay. And if you got to take this a lot slower, that's okay too. You just work at whatever pace you feel safe, because your safety is our top priority. Going one way around And we're going the other way around. Okay, so now that we got shoulders, we got rib cage, now we got to get the belly button, okay? Now, those of you who are not good at hula hooping, this is how I'm going to teach you how to do this. And this is working pelvic floor, this is working your deep abdominals, this is working your low back. So if you've got SI joint pain down in here, this is going to help all of that. First things first, if you have SI joint pain back here, make sure that your knees are not locked out and that you're not hyperextended. So soften those knees out, because that is the number one cause in SI joint pain, is locking the knees out, because the pelvis has to lock in to a different position that it is not supposed to be in most of the time. But what I want you to do is think about, just keep your knees a little relaxed. And all I want you to do is to imagine again that your belly button is the spout for losing water out of your bowl. Okay, so if this is my bowl of water, I can keep my bowl somewhat swishy without losing out of the belly button, okay? So I want you to think about swishy, side to side, okay? And if you're not familiar, if you need to sway this out, I would so much rather that you sway this. If you can't keep your hips down low and you have to use that momentum, I don't care how you figure it out. I just want you to get your swishy moving. So we're just think about moving hip bone into armpit. So hip bone into armpit. Bring them together, okay? And yes, we might teach you a little bit of fun dance moves while we're trying this, because if you're really stiff, you're going to look terrible on a dance floor. It is the season to be dancing with friends and family, right? So just think swishy. And this is all happening belly button in my bowl of water. I'm just trying to swish the bowl of water side to side, almost like rocking a baby. Just rocking a baby, swishy, okay? Now that we've got swishy, now we're going to pour out of our belly button. So now we're going to pour water out the belly button, keeping those knees soft. If you feel tightness back here, you probably will, because those muscles are going to overfire. And then when we lose water out of our butt crack, we're going to feel this really big stretch, and it might be a little uncomfortable pulling. That is okay, because those muscles and that connective tissue back there, it takes 3,000 pounds of force to stretch that, to elongate it. So I want you to lose water out of your belly button, all while standing there. I'm just standing here so you can see the form. So bowl is level, lose water out of your belly button, lose water out of your butt crack. Out of your belly button, out of your butt crack, okay? So we're gonna go swishy, side to side in your bowl of water, okay? And then we're gonna go lose through your butt, lose through your belly. Water through your butt, water through your belly. So just back and forth, but it's really important. If your knees are locked, by the way, if your knees are locked, your belly button to booty, your belly button, it's gonna look more like this, not good. Keep those knees relaxed, which unlocks all of this. So forward and backward, swishy, okay? Why is that important? Because now we're gonna create a full circle, okay? So get comfortable with swishy while you're vibrating, okay? Now we're going to swishy to one side. We are going to circle around, losing out of our back, circle around, swishy, circle around through the belly. So now we're losing water out of the belly button, okay? So level, swishy, circle to water out the back, swishy level, swishy forward, swishy level. So just around, just think about hip to armpit to the belly button and just circling around, okay? If this is what it looks like and that works for you, all the power to you. Just have fun. Because sometimes we can get too caught up in whether we're doing it right or if we're going to do things wrong. There are no two human bodies that are built the same. We all have the same list of assembly parts. All of our vehicles are built for different performance levels with different bells and whistles. So what works for me might not work for all of you because of alignment. And so we want to make sure that you feel safe and comfortable just exploring motion, because our body is meant to move in this omnidirection of space. And we are used to moving like really rigid and robotic, or not moving at all, which makes it even harder. So we're just drawing circles, swishy, swishy, booty, swishy, swishy, belly, swishy, swishy, booty, swishy, swishy, belly. Just think that bowl of water is swishing around and you're creating a whirlpool effect inside your bowl of water. Now, what we do one way, we have to do it the other. So we're going to swishy, swishy, and we're going to go the other way. So if you went here to here, now we're going to go here, and we're going to start going behind instead of in front of. Your choice. But we always go, most often, the direction that feels natural to us. So we definitely need to make sure that we're going in the direction that's not so natural with us, because that's where we're going to have a problem, okay? So swishy, swishy, whichever way you need to roll your bowl. And then let's reverse and go swishy, swishy, roll your bowl the other way. All right. Nice job. Now, if this is bothering your hips, more than likely your hips are really, really stiff. Most people lack motion in their hips, and your hips and your shoulders are the two most mobile joints of the body because of the way those joints are put together. So we are supposed to be able to do this. And if we don't have the ability to do this, then guess what? We get more pulling here, and we get more pulling back here in the neck. So get used to moving in circles. If we want to bring in the shoulders and have some fun with that, you can create almost like a weeble wobble effect. Weeble wobbles are fun. Just pretend like you're a weeble wobble for the day, and you're just loosey-goosey. No specific rhyme, rhythm, pattern, just whatever feels fun to you. This is all about just not being so stiff and rigid, not being so serious, not being like, right? Just let go and just relax and enjoy it. Okay, now, what we do here in the hips, okay, we just worked through the belly button, okay? Now we can actually work less belly button with our bowl of water and more with our hips. So if my bowl of water is not working in swishy, swishy time, and I'm more of I call it a hoopa loop. If we're drawing a circle with our hips instead of our bowl of water, okay? So in other words, there's a lot more motion happening from here down, less motion between ribs and hips. So less here, more here, okay? So what I want you to think about doing is we're gonna lean to one way, stick booty out, lean to the other way, stick belly forward, okay? Now, what I mean by sticking belly forward is not here, not frumpy, like don't let it all hang out, okay? I want you to tighten up in there as you are working your circles with your hips. So think about squeezing those butt cheeks as tight as you can. I always tell people, if you have a $100 bill, and if you put a $100 bill in your butt crack, you're squeezing Benjamin Franklin. So I want you to use your hip circle, squeeze around until you're squeezing Benjamin Franklin with your butt crack as tight as you can. And then circle out to the other way, circle back, and keep your belly up, chest is up, and then circle back to hip. Squeeze Benjamin, circle to the hips, belly in tight, and back to hip. Benjamin, hip, belly, hip, okay? So this is what it will look like, okay? My legs are not as bent, so you don't want to do this straight leg lock leg, but you do want to make sure that you're keeping more of a straight, less bend in the knees so that you can really open up the hips. Well, that went by fast, did it not? That's how fast it goes. So yes, we're going to choose another preset program. We're going to continue on this, but we're going to add the towels and the bands into some of this as we continue to loosen up the rest of our body. All right, so if you have your bands attached to your plate, go ahead and be ready to use those, as this is going to feel really, really good. All right, so here we go. So we've worked on opening up all the joints into our hips, and a lot of you might have sore knees. So if we get into a little bit of a squat, and now we're just working, like our whole body from head to foot is trying to make a circle inside of a cylinder. So if you are inside of a tunnel and you're trying to stay in the tunnel, but you're drawing circles, that's what I want you to think about. Now we're going to go the other way. Good, 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 good. All right, now from here, I want you to try and lift up your toes, okay? I don't want you to go toes up and heels down. I want you to try and keep 3 very prominent points on the bottom of your feet in contact. I want your base of your big toes, point A, base of your little toes, point B, center of your heel is C. It makes a triangle when you stand equally on those 3 points. And if you stand equally on those 3 points and think about lifting your toes up to your nose at the same time, you're going to feel a stretch all the way up your backside, okay? So let's lift toes to nose. We're going to curl those bands up, and you're going to push one up into the sky as far as you feel safe going. And if you can only get it to here, or you can only get it to here, that's fine. We just want to create a little bit of tension because the body loves that and is grounding us to this plate a little bit more. Now let those toes drop and feel that plate. Let's go to the other side. So you're going to push. And if you want to keep tension on the other hand, you can. That's up to you. But just think about pushing up through the sky. Good. Now lift those toes. Press again. Keep those toes lifted. Press the other side. And let's draw some rainbows, some mild, small rainbows. Now, if you are sensitive, if you are somebody who's on a blood thinner, or if you bruise easily and these bands are rubbing your arm, you will probably have a bruise there tomorrow. So if you want to keep those bands here, or if you want to drop the bands and just do this, that's fine, okay? If you have that towel, grab that towel, and we can do it that way, just the same. I'm going to go really long with my towel, so I'm going to make it like a sash, or you can use a scarf. A scarf works really good for this too. But we're going to keep those knees nice and soft. You're going to push one hand through the roof as if you're trying to push through the sky, like you want to push a hole through the roof. As you're leaning, you're going to feel this all the way down into your hip, your thigh, your knee, and you're going to feel it all the way into your hand. Okay? This feels really good. And if we look, we're going to start here, lean, and then look behind you. Make sure to keep those knees nice and soft. Good, good, good. Now, coming back to center, let's draw some rainbows as you feel safe. Okay? You can do this from a seated position as well. So if you have a bar stool or a table, or a chair that sits up higher than the level of your knees, you can do all these from a seated position as well. You just want to make sure if you're seated that your hips are higher than your knees. Okay? Now we're going to push, push, push into the sky as we pull down the other side. And you're going to feel, I want you to take this hand and push through the roof. I want you to take that palm and puncture through the top of your ceiling in your mind. Like I want you to push into the sky like you're pushing the clouds away from your head. Okay? And at the same time, you're pulling down on this side. It's a great little assist. In the physical therapy world, this is how we get a frozen shoulder moving. Now let's try that again. And it's not unusual to feel sore in your rib cage, or and where some of us call these bat wings or the spare tire area, whatever you want to call it, love handles. If you're sore in those areas, that is okay. Now we're going to look behind us, keeping those knees nice and soft. That's it. Make sure that you're breathing through this too. That's really important. All right, nice. Now, we're going to go palms down, hands overhead, push up and behind as far as you can. And when you do that, I want you to push your tummy forward just a tad. So it'll look like this, okay? We're going to go, arms are up, and then you're going to bend those knees and push your hips forward. So you're going to feel a big stretch through here, but I don't want you to feel any sharp pain or pinching back here. If you do, then do a little less. So hands are down, palms down, towel is right here up in front. Go up and then push your chest forward. That's all I got to think about. Just push your chest through the rainbow. Okay? So we have the rainbow up here. Just push your chest through it. Good. We have to have these chest openers. It's super important. Now we're going to add some variability to this. Now that we're comfortable with this, we're going to take a step off the vibration plate. We're going to push high into the sky. I want you to draw a rainbow towards the leg that's on the plate. So if it's your right leg, you're going to draw your rainbow towards your right leg. If you use your left leg, you're going to draw your rainbow from center to the left, whichever leg is in front. And I want you to push into your foot as you're doing this. If your back foot is flat, or if it's on the ball of your foot, whatever works for you, I don't care. Whatever's comfortable. I'm going to show you this from a side angle. Okay, so foot goes on, push that towel up overhead. I don't want you to hyperextend this, okay? I want your bowl of water underneath of you where it's level, and then draw your rainbow, okay? And again, that back foot can be flat if you wanted to. Just keep your bowl level. Don't lose water out of your belly button or your butt. Good. Now, from here, we're going to reach down for your foot. And yes, you're going to feel this in your hammy. You're going to feel it back here on the inside of your leg. You might feel this in your back. It's okay, okay? If you need to use your hands in order to stabilize this position or this stretch, by all means, you do what you need to do to get more out of it or to just feel comfortable, okay? And some of you might not be able to go that low because of just age. So if you just want to, here, we're going to go down and just reach for your shin. Just reach for your shin. We're going to rotate side to side if you can. Okay, I just want you to move side to side. Good. All right, other side. What we do on one side, we must do on the other. So, foot goes up. Push your towel up through the sky, okay? And draw a rainbow towards the other. But I don't want you to be back here with back leg straight. Unlock that back knee, okay? Make sure that back leg is unlocked. So we're here. Draw your rainbow. Ah, it feels so good. Look behind you if you feel comfortable with this. If you can't get here, guess what? It's a good start. You'll eventually get there if you keep up with it. Good. Coming back to center. Go ahead and relax that. Move around a little bit in order to break that stiffness if you're feeling that pulling. Okay? Take that towel up overhead. Draw that rainbow. Drop that back knee just a little bit so that you can rotate around. We're supposed to be able to do this. If you need that back foot flat, that's fine. Just make sure you keep your knee bent. Knee must be bent. Okay, now from here, just lean forward a little bit and aim for your knee or for your shin. If you want to do without the towel and you just want to make sure one hand is down there so that you're going to feel this all the way up into your hip. If you have sciatica, this is a good one. Helps to break this up. Good, good, good. Nice job. All right, now, what I want to do is turn this into a little bit of extra resistance. So grab your mini loop bands, okay? And all I want you to do is just keep a little bit of tension on your band. And again, keep your bowl of water level. So we're going to take this overhead, okay? So your resistance band, it doesn't have to be all the way out here, but we just don't want it hanging on you. Like create enough, just enough separation that you feel a little bit of a pull, okay? Good, good, good. All right, so we're going to go hand overhead, squeeze those arms out in the open, and then keep those hands wide and reach for the ground. Wherever you end up going is fine. Just keep a little bit of tension on that resistance band. Roll back up. We're going to go with your heels in and your toes out. Again, we're going to reach up overhead. Separate those ribs from your hips. Create as much space in your tummy area as you can. Reach for the ground in whatever way feels safe for you. If you can't reach the plate, then just grab your shins, but keep some extra stretch on that band. Our body loves to have resistance, really important for adaptation. Nice and easy, roll back up. Now let's change that foot again. We're going to turn your heels outward and your toes, big toe is going to be pointed inward, kind of making a big triangle. This time we're going to open up and we're going to draw that rainbow each side. Make sure that your knees are soft. We're not locking those knees out. Good. And now reach for the ground. And you're going to feel this totally different. Some of you might not like this position because you're not in it very often, but your body needs it. It is a need for most people, for most. And then nice and easy, rise back up. All right, because this feels so wonderful, right? I want you to get into a little bit of a squat. Just give me some quickies. We're just quick band, we call these band splitters. We're just trying to open the band up, okay? And when you do this, really important, I don't want your shoulders up here. I want your shoulders down in your back pockets. And if you got to do it down here, that's fine. But you should not be up here. Like you shouldn't be feeling like your neck's going to explode. Okay. So roll down and back. Shoulders are almost squeezing. And just little band splitters. Just little. Get into a little bit of a squat. Rise nice and tall. And then take those band splitters overhead. Bring it back down into a little bit of a squat. Take it back up, overhead, and go ahead and find position on those knees. Okay, we're gonna round out. So on the ground, it's gonna look like this, round out, and then booty back. Round out, feeling that stretch all the way up to your neck, and booty back. Okay, I like to say tuck your tail, and then push your chest and your belly down. Tuck that tail, round out, and forward tuck. Okay, all right, now from here, very good job. What I want you to do, if you have free weights, or if you happen to have soup cans will work just fine for this as well. We're gonna do similar to what we've already done. We're gonna lift and push, and as this one is lifting overhead, the other one is pushing down, okay? But keep those knees soft, or you're gonna feel this in your hips. If you wanna bring it down here and then push high, that's fine. Most important thing to remember is we're not just holding the weight up here. Yay, I can get it over my head. I want you to push it through the roof and create a pull all the way from your wrist down into your knee, okay? Let's do 2 more of those. Good. Bringing that back down. Now we're going to do the other side. So curl it on up. Push through the sky. Bring it back down. Push through the sky. And as you're pushing that one through the sky, push the other one into the floor. So if we are pushing with one up, we're separating and creating tension, pushing the other one down. That's what opens our space. That's what opens up our fascia, our connective tissues. That's what lubricates the joints. That's what makes the body feel good. If you're not used to these movements and your body doesn't feel very good, there's a good chance you're going to be sore tomorrow because your body needed change and you gave it change, but the body is not quite sure what it's supposed to do yet. And it's kind of finicky. So if you are sore tomorrow from doing these stretch and flexes, that's good. It means it's working. Give me 2 more right here. 1 and 2. All right, nice. That's not how that's supposed to go. Don't recommend that. That's what happens. So always have some of those things happen from time to time. So that's one thing. You want to make sure your stuff is locked in. Hang tight here for me. All right, let's continue on. Okay, now what I want you to do now is take a step off the side. We're going to step off the side. Yes, it's okay if your knee does this. If you got a knee replacement, turn your foot to an angle instead of here, okay? If you have a knee replacement, just shift to a position that feels good for you, okay? But all I want you to do is stepping off. I want you to sit back as if you are getting ready to sit on the toilet behind you, okay? I know you're probably not going to push it like this, but I want you to stick your booty out. Let me show you. Okay, so we're here. I want you to reach down to the ground and rise back up. Stand nice and tall. Drop down. And I want your booty behind you. I don't want your knee out front in front of you. I want it behind you, okay? And if you want to make this a little more, so if you have sciatica or hip pain, this is a really good one. If you drop down just to here, keep your head up and your chest up and open your arms, okay? You're going to feel a really good stretch all the way back here. And if that doesn't feel good to you, especially up top, just hold on to your knee and just really load booty behind your heel. When you do that, we are stretching out these inner thighs. And for people who have back pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, I see this every day in my practice. Most everybody's inner thighs are like pulling tight because your psoas major and your diaphragm and your pelvic floor are like curled in. And so this is the next to go. So if we can elongate here, and if we can get this more pliable, silly putty like, then it takes the tension off of all of this, which takes the tension off of your back, okay? So we're going to continue as if we are still vibrating, okay? As my program just ended. We're gonna step off to the side, and you can go sitting on the platform, or you can sit off to the side. So if you want to reset your programming just to experience this, please feel free to do so. And then from here, I'll take it to the mat. So we're here, just take a step off, or if you don't feel safe doing that, then step off to the side and then put one leg up. If you don't feel safe going from here to here, then step off, walk around, 1 foot on the ground, put 1 foot on the furthest edge from your plate, and then just reach down to touch your knee. That's all I want you to think about. Doing this, you're going to feel a stretch in your inner thighs, okay? And if you can keep your head and your chest tall and sit back, you're going to feel it even more on both inner thighs. And if you want to feel more on the leg that's up here, just lean into it and sit back. You're going to feel everything vibrating through your inner thigh, your adductors. And again, just adjust as you need to. If you've had a total knee, total hip, or foot ankle surgery, just adjust as it feels good for you. You're not going to hurt yourself trying different positions. Now, this is the hard one. You're going to turn your foot out. So let's do this, okay? We're going to take a closer stance. I just want you to bring heel in, toe out, and then just have a seat. You're going to feel a bigger pull coming across the front of your thigh here to the inside of into your groin, okay? Good. Now, we didn't do that one on the other side, so if you want to go around to the other side, put that foot up, turn it sideways, and you want to do it to make the other side feel really good, all the power to you. Nice job. Okay, we're going to continue to run with this. I was going to go to the mat first, but we're going to run with this. I want you to go ahead and drop down to your hands and your knees, and I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see all this. Okay? Grab me a water here right quick. All right. If you feel a lot of intensity through your neck and your shoulders because of how stiff and tight your body is, the closer your hands are together, the less intensity you're going to feel in your head. This will not cause issues with your vision or brain damage, I assure you. This is not enough intensity to do any of that as a cause, so don't be afraid to try some things. If you don't like how this mat feels on your palms, that's what the towel is good for. So you can take your towel and lay it across. And now you've got a good surface. And again, having a mat underneath of your knees, okay? All I want you to do is, we're just starting palms forward. I want you to tuck your tail and round your back. So it'll look like this, okay? And this is a different kind of stretch and vibration entering your body than if you're standing directly on it. You're getting more of this through your upper body, which is a good feeling. I want you to look up and look down. At the same time that you're just relaxing into this, if you want to tuck your tail and look up and down, or if you want to stick your tail out, either way. Okay, I want you to look right and look left. You're looking both sides. Okay, good. Now, take your hands the way they were. We're going to turn them to 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, okay? Turn your hands in those directions, and I want you to tuck your tail. And yes, you'll probably feel this in your neck, and that is okay. It is not going to dislocate your joints. It actually is going to help break the tension in your spinal stabilizers and in the fascia that runs up through to the top of your cranium and attaches right above your eyebrows. So just round out. Now, look up, and as silly as it sounds, stick out your tongue. And round out. Your tongue is actually attached to your crotch, believe it or not. Your tongue is attached to your crotch. I have a photo of this. And then look up and stick out your tongue. And round it out. And then I want you to wag your tail like hip to hip, like your doggy. Wag your tail and be happy. I'm starting to itch. This is good. It's a lymphatic system response. That means my body is starting to recognize the toxins that I'm releasing, and it's making me itch, which is a good thing. That's what we want. We want to get this crap out of our system because it's causing more problems than it's helping. Now, from here, we're going to go to like 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And again, if the intensity of your program has gone up and going out wide is really uncomfortable for you, like, right? Just bring your hands closer to the center. But 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And I want you to sit back towards your feet. Drop your head down. Come up tall. Look up. Sit back. Drop back. Up. Look up. And be tall. Good. One more time. Drop back. And looking up. Ah, so good. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn my unit off because I want to take you guys down to the floor where we can do a few more added things that are going to make you feel absolutely wonderful. You'll come back to this. Some of you might just fast forward to the very end just to have access to this section because I teach this to my clients. Yes, I'm really itchy. This is good. That means it's working. I teach this to so many of my clients, and they're always asking, can I record this? Or can I get, how do I get a copy of this? Is it a YouTube? And it comes down to, I know from patterns what has worked over time because of challenges that I've witnessed with clients. And again, my niche is instant pain relief. So I specialize in pain relief for all types of individuals, professional athletes, the general population, the unhealthy population, those who have paralysis, those who have autoimmune. So I want you to lay on your back, and your feet are going to be out in front of you just wherever you feel comfortable. Arms, think about putting your arms at a T, okay? And I want you to have a little bit of space between your knees. Doesn't matter whether your feet are super wide or your feet are like together, but like just enough space. We don't want everything touching yet. We're going to go there though, okay? So I'm shoulder width apart, arms are at a T. I want you to lose water out of your butt crack. So tilt your bowl back, okay? Tilting your bowl back, tilting your bowl forward, losing it out of your belly button. Tilting your bowl back, and I'm not using my legs to do this. Like my legs are loosey-goosey. I'm not like, right? This is just trying to get hip mobility, pelvic girdle mobility, and control using those deep, deep abdominals, okay? So losing water out of your butt, and then losing water as if it's popping a big fountain out of your belly button. So poof, okay? Close that gap, lose it out the back, and pop a fountain, okay? Now, from here, we're just going to go to neutral. So not here, bowl is level. Just let your legs go to the side, and if your shoulder comes up off the ground or part of you comes up off the ground, that's okay. Just let those, and if you can't get back from here, one leg up, regroup, okay? So really back and forth. Then let's go to the other side, okay? This is something that we are supposed to do, and most of the clients that I see who come in for knee pain, back pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, even neck pain, they cannot get into this position, and this is a fundamental position that you should be able to get into. So one leg up, reload, belly to butt. Let's rock and roll is what I like to say. We're rocking and rolling. Good. Now take one hand. So if I'm rocking and rolling, I'm going to roll to my right, take my left hand, reach through the sky, and then push through the wall. You're going to feel all of this opening up, and it feels really, really good. So push, push, push. Good, good, good. Bringing those knees back to center. Use those tummy muscles. I want you to pour water out of your booty. Pour water spouting through the belly. and then back to somewhere in between, whatever feels good to you. Rock and roll to the side. This time, because I went to the left, my right hand is going to lift tall through the roof and is going to draw a big rainbow over my head. Okay, so let's go through that again because this is really important. We're not just raising the arm up like, there it is, right? We're going here, rock and roll to the left. We're going to take the fingers, push, push, push through the sky. So part of your back will be off the ground. Push, push, push through the wall. Like James Bond just tripped the sensor that the walls were caving in, and you've got to keep the walls out so that it doesn't crush you, right? So push, push, push. You're going to feel this wonderful stretch all the way down here, coming across the front of your hips. Good. And then coming back down, bring those legs back to the center, okay? Now we're going to go feet together, knees together, stuck like glue, okay? We're going to do the exact same thing, and you're going to feel something totally different. Okay, so arms are going to be in a T formation where we are teeing it up. Okay, let me adjust this just a little. There we go. Okay, so we're in a T formation. We're going to roly-poly, and the legs stay together. The last one, feet were apart, legs kind of collapsed within each other. On this one, we're going to bring feet together, knees together, stuck like glue, and everything stays together. Buddy-buddy system, right? Okay, this time, hand reach up into the sky, straight up over. Try and get that arm to touch your ear. Okay, arm to ear. Feels so good. Okay, bringing it back down, bringing it back to center. Do a little reset, a little back and forth. Rock and roll, keep everything stacked. Good. Fingers, thumbs up. Super proud of you. Push. Try and get that arm to touch your ear. You want that arm touching your bicep. This is a natural motion that we should be able to do that most people are not getting anymore. Okay, so push and reach. Save the walls. They're crushing in on you. Okay, all right, coming back to center. Let's regroup. Roly-poly back and forth. Losing water out of the bowl. Now keep them stacked. Let them travel together like buddies. Okay, this time take your top leg and straighten it out. And just let it fall. And let the rest of your body fall with it. It's okay. Your body is meant to twist like this. If we don't have the motion through here, then we get pain in the front of our shoulder. We get pain in the back of our shoulder, in our neck, and in our hips. Especially, again, in the back. So we are opening up. If we can get to the point, we're going to take this hand, reach up into the sky, push, push, push away. So it's not just laying here. You're actually pushing the other wall away. Nice work. Bring that knee back in. Roly-poly back to the center. Okay? Now, we're going to regroup. So again, we're losing out of our butt, popping fountain out of our belly, feet and knees come together, stuck like glue. Roly-poly. Keep them stacked. Again, if part of your back comes up off the ground, that is okay. If you feel pulling or like a seizing here, your body probably needs this. Okay? I'm not telling you to forcefully do this. We don't want to force anything. Your body is meant to position into this direction, but if you have a condition of spinal stenosis, or if you have been suffering from a disc bulge, believe it or not, in a lot of cases that I see, and I specialize in spine pain, I see a lot of people who are afraid to go from here. They'll go to here and they'll feel like this pulling. They're like, oh, I'm afraid it's going to go. I'm afraid it's going to go. Let it go. And let your upper body adjust for it, okay? Just let it roll as much as you can tolerate it. Even if you feel a little pinching here, as long as it's not sharp shooting pains, if you feel a little bit of pinching, let's go ahead and lengthen out that leg. And oh, that feels so good. It most of the time will take care of that pinch, okay? Take high into the sky and bust through the wall as a T, okay? This feels so good. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, bring that leg in, bring it back to the center. Now, I'm sure that you're feeling a little bit different. So if we go roly-poly side to side, we should be able to get a lot more motion, no problem, okay? Let's bring knees up. And if you need to hold on to your knees because you can't hold them up there, that's okay. If you want to go arms to a T, that's fine too. But everything stays glued together. Let those hips go to the side. If you can't go all the way here, get yourself a pillow and lay it down there, and then just stop on the pillow. Whatever you can do. We are supposed to be able to move in this direction. If you've had a spinal fusion, if you've had hip replacement, if you've had knee replacement, Your body is meant to do this, okay? It's a little different if you've got scoliosis and you've got the rods in the spine, but if you have scoliosis, this is an even more important exercise for you. If you don't have these spine rods, then, you know, this is a position that is only going to help with the pain associated with scoliosis. So don't be afraid to roly-poly side to side, because we're meant to do that, right? Okay, reach up to a big Y. Like, Y, yes, it's a yes for the day. Yes, you are awesome. Yes, you have shown up to the right thing. Yes, we are feeling better and better. And then bring it on back to the center. Now we're going to go up over the head to an I. I am amazing. I am special. I am worthy and deserving of great things coming my way today. I am grateful to be sharing this time with you. I am feeling awesome. I want you to talk to yourself as if you're talking to a very close friend that you want them to believe in themselves, because our body hears what we say to it and it changes the cellular energy based on what we say to ourselves. So I want you to say, I am awesome. And then let's go to a T, because you are terrific. And it is the season for truly celebrating. Okay, now we're just going to roly-poly side to side. And if this is really sore on you because of the hard floor or not enough cushioning, or you just are really flared up there with osteoarthritis or whatever you got going on, drop one foot down and go with that. Okay, because it's not exposing those bony prominences the same, but you can still roly-poly and get one hip up where you're really opening this up, and one hip is stabilizing so it doesn't hurt. Take it across. Ah, that feels so good. Reach up overhead. Nice job. And if you want to lengthen out that leg, feel free to do so. If you're afraid to go there, that's okay. Just take it in stride and work with whatever your abilities allow you to, okay? So if we do not feel safe roly-polying from here, okay, then we're going to put one leg down and we're going to go with it, okay? So we're going to reverse this. So roly-poly, one leg down. Actually, I think I just did that one. I'm having so much fun, I forgot what I did. And we're going to take it across, okay? And from here, just straighten that leg out and let it fall if you feel confident, okay? If you feel like you're causing way more excruciating pain or way more discomfort than what you want to feel, then don't force it. Your body will eventually reshape itself. It will eventually elongate, but consistency is the key. So you got to be consistent and you got to be patient. We all want everything like right now, right? Take up overhead. Feels so good. Good. Back to that Y, because you matter. Good. And then bring it back to the center. Okay, now we're going to go sideline here. And if you want to get yourself a pillow, feel free to grab that really quick. This is going to be one of the final things we do to be stretching and flexing. And then you get to continue on with your day. It might be that you love just the end of this video. You can find this in our Facebook group. You can also find it on YouTube here in a few days, and you can just fast forward to this section if this is a section that you love. That's okay. Roll with it. Okay, so I want you to stack your arms like right? Okay. And if this hurts your hips, put a pillow in between your knees because it stabilizes your hips a little bit more. So I'll demonstrate that. Okay, so put pillow between that knee, pillow up top, stack your arms, right? I want you to reach through the screen, come and tickle Amber's fingers. Coming back to center, reach, reach, reach. Coming back to center, reach, reach, reach. Now, draw a big rainbow or think about opening a big page in a storybook, okay? What I don't want you to do, really important, what I don't want you to do is do this and stretch through your shoulder socket. Bad idea. I want you to reach, lift for the stars, and let your left shoulder blade drive the arm across, okay? So I want you to think about positioning your shoulder blade. Let your shoulder blade lead. So lift, 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 let it lead, and just relax. Breathe right here. Let's just close our eyes and breathe right here for a second. Another deep breath in. Blow out. Good. Now swing that circle down. Let's make this a big circle. Big, 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 big circle. Reach, open up, reach, and open up. So we're drawing a big, big circle. I want you to create a bubble. I want you to draw yourself inside of a bubble using this hand, using this arm, using this whole lever, and let the rest of your body move with you. We don't have to be stiff, and we do not want to force this through the shoulder socket. So many people make that mistake. Don't force it through the shoulder. You should be opening it up through the ribs and through the shoulder on the backside, the shoulder blade, or what we would call the scapula in the medical world, okay? All right, now we're going to take top leg forward, okay? Reach, open up, and just as far as you feel safe going, okay? Draw a big circle, push, 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 lift open. Feels so good. One more big circle. Our body loves, 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 loves circles. Good. Okay, now what we do on one side, we absolutely must do on the other. So I'm just going to switch into the mat so that you can observe. And we're going to go through this all over again. And then we will be coming to the end of our session today so that we can continue on with our day. But we are positioning ourselves on our hip, pillow in between our legs so that our hips feel level. If you don't want the pillow and you want more motion, more the power to you, okay? But if you have pain and you need that extra cushioning, that's totally fine. So arms are stacked like shark doo doo doo, right? Reach to the screen. Give me a little finger spirit here, reaching through to touch someone, and then let's pull back. Reach, reach, reach. So this is happening through my shoulder itself, okay? We can do it this way as well with momentum, but if you can work this through the shoulder independently, it's even better, okay? Turn the page of the big storybook, but don't go through the joint. So if you get to here and you're feeling a big stretch right here on top, that's not what we want, okay? That's what can cause little tears. We don't want to do that, okay? So reach through, tickle my fingers, push as you turn the story page, and let your shoulder blade, let this part of you, let it lead. It looks like my hand is leading, but I'm letting my shoulder blade open up, okay? And then circle around, okay? And again, so we're going to go, so you can reference here. We're going to go reaching, open up, and the idea at some point is to be able to get that right shoulder on the floor, okay? Many of you probably won't get there anytime in the next couple of days, but you can get there within the month because the body reshapes itself every 15 to 20 minutes. It seriously reshapes. So if you got bad posture and you're like, oh, I've got to do something with this posture because I look like this, you can change your posture in less than 30 days if you're consistent. Draw me a big circle, lift, push, open up, enjoy the stretch, okay? And again, if you have pain from being on the surface, you can put another mat underneath of you. You can lay on a pillow if you need to. But whatever you need to do to feel cushy, comfy. Reach, open up. Good. Let's just breathe here. Deep breath in. Blow out long. Circle around. Let's reach. Circle around. Open. Palm up to the sky. Deep breath in. Nice. Now, we're going to go back to start position. Take that top leg forward. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my pillow so I can really stretch this out. Okay, so we're going to reach forward, open up, and let your body just be free. Blowing in, absorbing in, so breathing in and blowing out. Blow out. Circle around. Reach up over your head, lift, lift, lift. So we're lifting, deep breath in, blow out. As you open up, feels so, so wonderful. Nice job. Now, what I want you to do is bring that leg back in, roll back to your back. Good. And then from here, go ahead and sit yourself up. And we're going to get on our hands and our knees for this last one. This is one of my favorite exercises to do, especially if you've got a stiff back, you've got sore hips. We are going to be kneeling. So I want you to sit back. If you need more cushioning underneath under your knees, feel free to do that. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go in this position so you can see kind of where I'm at. But I'm gonna sit back on my heels, and I like to have pressure on my big toe as opposed to having my feet off to the side. So when you have your feet tucked underneath of you, if you can place more of a straight line from your big toe up, that would be ideal, but you do what works for you, okay? Because not everybody has the same hip alignment. So I'm going to position weight on my big toe, okay? I'm going to sit back, push those arms, this otherwise known as child pose for a lot of people that have done yoga, but we're not officially doing yoga. We're going to sit back, okay? If you want to go knees wider, you can go knees wider. You just find what's comfortable for you and just roll with it, okay? But we're going to sit back on our heels, okay? I want you to draw a rainbow using your hands, working one side, but your knees and your legs stay put. So we're allowing our hips to move, but we're drawing the rainbow to create tension and stretching on along our rib cage and along the outer side of our torso, okay? Drawing a rainbow the other side, okay? And this feels so good. I feel this personally through here, through the lats. I try not to talk medical terms or muscle anatomy because it's overwhelming for those of you that don't know your muscles. Walking back around. Good. There we go. And we're holding. Deep breath in. Blow out long. Good. One more time to the other side. And again, if you want to go one time through with knees together and the other side knees apart, whatever works for you. I'm giving you some options. Deep breath in, blow out long. Okay, now this is another one. Going back to center, okay? I'm going to take my left hand and reach it through to tap my right shoulder. Left hand, right shoulder. I want you to use your fingers and kind of walk your way until you can see peekaboo through your armpit. Peekaboo through your armpit, and if you want to take that arm and put it behind your back, if you can, that's awesome, and if you can't, that's okay. You can put your arm right back where you had it. Okay, hand comes back out, right hand, reach underneath, and the idea is to be able to open all this up, but to open up your thoracic spine as well. So reaching through, looking through, saying hello, feeling the energy here, but again, try and keep your weight on your heels and on your hips. Good. One more time. Reaching through. And this time, if you want to open your arms up to the sky, I'm not putting pressure on my head and neck. It's just resting there. Okay? But this feels really, really good. I can feel this on both sides. Arms come back out to center. Reach through. Open up. Good, good, good. And then back to center. Good. Deep breath in. Blow out long. Nice and slow. Pull yourself back up to a seated position. And if you want to have your legs out in front of you, or if you want to have your feet together, or if you want to crisscross applesauce, whatever works for you. I just want you to be comfy, okay? I'm going to go feet to feet just because I want to be able to just sit nice and tall, okay? Give myself some butterflies. If I want to do that, if you can't get there, and you feel more comfortable with this and you want to do some rocking back and forth. And if you don't want to do that and you want to go legs out in front of you and you just want to lean back and sit up, a lot of different ways that you can get comfortable here. But anyhow, I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to share this stretch and flex morning with you. If you're just now getting started with the Waiver or with any vibration plate for that matter, everybody asks this question often, like when is the best time to do some of these exercises? And the answer to that is, I tell my clients who are living in pain, if you can get on it first thing in the morning for 10 to 15 minutes and just enjoy the ride, and then you can get on it before you go to bed at night and just enjoy the ride. At a minimum, you don't have to do any exercises. You just need to get on and go for a ride. Just pick a program that feels, comfortable for you. You shouldn't feel any discomfort. You shouldn't feel any sharp shooting pains. You might feel a little lightheaded and dizzy because it's changing the neuroplasticity. It is not because it's causing a head injury or because your nervous system is being rattled in your head, but it is changing your awareness in space And again, those sensors are, those nerve fibers are on the bottom of your feet and on the palms of your hands. So if you're used to sitting all hours of the day, whether you're driving or whether you're sitting working at a desk or whether you are, sitting in a dental chair or sitting in as a nurse, if you're sitting most of the time, you got to get out of it. And so having one of these vibration plates, even in a workstation, we have a lot of customers who have the Waiver Mini, which is one size smaller than that, and they take it with them to work, or they have one in their home office so that their feet can move at the same time that they're in a stable seated position. You're getting some kind of sensory input, which allows our body to not get into a stagnant, stiff state. The more that our body gets into a stagnant, stiff state, the more it starts to put demands on other part of the system, which are not supposed to carry those demands. And that's what causes what we call compensation, which changes our posture, which then becomes who we are, because our body will reshape itself based on the stress that we provide it. So if we're in a seated position all day where we're slumped like this, your body will eventually reposition. So your shoulder will move forward and will scar. So this gets tight, this gets loosey-goosey and not very stable. And your head will go forward, and then you'll start having headaches or brain fog, or you feel like chest tightness, which some associate with anxiety. And it all has to do with posture. So if you are here, just think about just creating space, because right now we're crunching this whole space down. Just think about creating space. You're just opening this gap, okay? But how we position ourselves all day is what we eventually become. So if you're driving, you don't want to be driving with your tummy like, right? We don't want to crunch all this stuff. We want to create space. So hopefully this gives you a good stretch and flex introductory routine. For those of you who are just getting started with vibration training, it is life-changing, and consistency will result in long-term changes. And, I've lost a tremendous amount of weight using the vibration plates over the last several years by just doing my workouts, just like we just did, but taking it to a different level of intensity based on what I could handle at the time. And I don't go to the gym much anymore. I do everything with Lifepro products from the convenience of home, usually with all of you. So, over time, your body will correct itself. It does change hormone levels in a good way. It helps to reduce inflammatory hormones, but those are the hormones that cause our body to become icky and not feel so good and doesn't want to move. And if you don't feel good, you don't want to move, because you just start, I don't want to do anything. And that's not depression. That's just our body just being stagnant. So just remember, movement is medicine, motion is lotion. And our body, again, it's rechanging, it's reshaping, it's regenerating. It's going through changes every 15 to 20 minutes is what the research has shown us for many years. And if we're not changing and providing it the excitatory input or the positions that it actually needs, not what you want, but actually what it needs, that's where the pain kicks in when you least expect it and when you don't want it to happen. So hopefully that just gives you a little bit of introduction on how you can use your vibration plate for staying loose and feeling, a little more free, a little less tension, a little more energy, a little more happy. And little by little, day by day, you can start adding resistance exercises with some of our other videos and videos yet to come. And whatever we can do to be of assistance to you, don't hesitate to post in the chat or in the comment section, whether you're watching this from YouTube or whether you're watching this from Facebook. We are paying very close attention as a spokesmodel of the company. I pay very close attention to the comments that are being posted. I don't always comment on them, but I am quite aware of what is being communicated, and definitely working with our team behind the stage in order to make sure that our family is happy, and you are part of the Lifepro family. So whatever we can do to be of help to you, this is not meant to be necessarily a fitness tool. It's truly a life-changing tool in which it helps to make a difference as to how your body is structured. And I love calling it the magic machine, because it It saved my sanity after a hysterectomy. I was in pretty significant pain for a very long time. And after a year of finally suffering and just throwing in the towel, I found Lifepro, and Lifepro saved me in 14 days. It might not be that way for everybody else, but it's been where my journey with Lifepro started. And I've witnessed so many miracles with Lifepro vibration plates with other clients of all different backgrounds and health diagnoses and just different problems. And their life is getting better and better as they're able to tolerate their body changing with repeated use. So just remember, you always have control over your attitude and your effort. And when you're intentional and when you talk good to yourself and you reward yourself, even if it just means getting on it for 5 minutes on a low level P0, P1 setting, just 5 minutes and getting started is better than not getting up and moving at all. So be proud of yourself. You might not be able to do what I can do. We're all different. You might not be able to be strong enough to lift weights or to use a resistance band. You might not be good enough to stay balanced with one leg or stay balanced into a squat. But with consistency and effort, your body will change and you will reward yourself in a month from now. And you'll report back and say, Amber, because you gave me the feeling of confidence and being safe, and you're holding my hand in my living room, I am now able to stand taller. And before I was hunched over and had a sore neck and sore shoulder and bad back, and now I feel a lot better and I feel more balanced. That is a win. That is definitely a win. Sometimes it takes a couple of sessions a week on the plate and you feel change within a week. Sometimes it takes more than that. So just be patient with yourself, because you didn't add all this crap into your system over the period of 2 weeks or a month or 6 months. It has been decades for many of you. And for many of you, it's been several months or years. So it is not going to happen overnight. But with consistency, with confidence, feeling safe, and having expert leadership so that you know what to do and what not to do, it's kind of hard to screw up the vibration plate. There's really not much you can't do on it. So don't be afraid. In the owner's manual, when you read all the contraindications, or if you have this, don't do this. There's very few things that you that are going to eliminate you from being able to using it. And so, having a recent deep vein thrombosis or a blood clot is one of them. Having a surgery in the last 2 weeks is one of them. I've got clients who have had surgery, and in 2 weeks, I've got them back on the vibration plate because it stimulates the rest of our body to move while the surgical area is still in recovery. We can still use it for the rest of our body because the rest of our body didn't get operated on, just that one area might have been. So we want to try and keep everything moving as much as we can. But don't be afraid of the machine. It is only going to help you with repeated use and working at a level that is comfortable to you. But most importantly, speak kindly to yourself. Tell yourself how awesome you are. Reward yourself for getting on and enjoying some alone time or some time with us. And we'll look forward to seeing how your life changes over the next month. And we can't wait to hear from you. So I hope you have a most amazing day, and I'll look forward to seeing you in our next video.